Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video where I just kind of talk to myself. Is that weird? Cool. I'm all about weird nowadays. I was watching Selena Spooky Boo. I don't know if you guys know who she is on YouTube. Oh my god, she's amazing. That girl's my spirit animal. I love her so much. You know, it really had me thinking, why do I care so much what people think of me and my gifts? I started to think about last night. I started to think about this guy that I really like, but I haven't talked to him in a very long time. And I realized, oh my god, I'm sitting here waiting for some dude to come save me. What the fuck? What the fuck am I thinking? And it's like, I haven't had a man pay my bills in over 3.5 years. 3.5 long years. Man hasn't taken care of me in 3.5 years. If I think about it, literally no man has ever even offered to do something like that for me. And here's the thing. I realized last night as I was writing this man a letter, pathetically, sitting here writing him a letter. And as I write it, I'm like, okay, this is sweet. You know, it's like the whole, I don't know, it felt like I was in war of some sort. And I was like, oh, I miss you so much. Can't wait till you get home. And I'm looking at myself afterwards and I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Why do I pretend that other people are doing this for me? Nah, I'm fucking handling my own business. That's what happens when you wake up. What it feels like to wake up is to come to. You have this sudden epiphany, a realization, oh my god. Oh my god. I was doing it right all along, but other people were telling me it was wrong, or it was a subconscious belief, or it was a curse, whatever you call it. I think curses are really just subconscious blockages, to be honest. Anyway, curses are real. Curses are real. Subconscious blockages are real. I just think it's limiting mindset, a limiting belief. So here I am, writing in this journal about how I'm pining after this man. I miss him. I started talking about his best traits, what I really missed, his beautiful heart and his well, I don't know, I guess his psychic abilities and his mysticism and his magic. And I loved that he was open to that, you know? And it really got me thinking, oh my god, I'm missing that within myself. My pure heart, I'm missing that. My gifts, I'm missing that. My magic, my power. I liked him so much because he had this brute strength about him. It was so effortless. It was like he was so strong he didn't even know he was strong. You know what I mean? And I think that what it is it's me basically missing that part of myself. And I didn't realize how much Disney fairy tales. I didn't realize how much that'd been programmed in me to believe that I needed to be with a man in order to be happy. 11:11 on the clock right now. That's funny. And I think it's, the twin flame community, and I am part of it. So I think that it really kind of, I don't know, it hurts people. It hurts people in this way that we think there's some knight in shining armor coming to save us. Honey, that knight in shining armor is yourself. And 5 years ago, I was in a very toxic, abusive, narcissistic marriage. I never in a million years would have thought that I'd be the girl sitting here saying no man has taken care of me for 3.5 years. In fact, I've had people that are coming after me energetically for 3.5 years. So it's not exactly exciting to talk about, but I do want to talk about it because I think that a lot of women used to be really angry at me when I would talk about how codependency is really the opposite of narcissism. It's on the same It's the opposite spectrum of this same coin. It's devil energy. Codependency is devil energy. So like, I thought that so many would hate me for talking about codependency. Primarily women codependent on men. I don't give a shit. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I don't. I thought that people would hate me. But you know what? I realized there are also going to be people that love me. Codependency is evil. It's black magic, in my opinion. And quite frankly, I think I'm so over the whole caring what people think, or like the comments that come in later after I say something so controversial. It's like the comments that would come in. It'd always be like a week late. Like, hello, I already learned the lesson. I was literally talking about it, voluntarily giving it out loud. And people would come at me with pitchforks in the comment section. And I didn't even realize that I was perpetuating this truth consistently. Like, oh yeah, everybody just hates me. Everybody just hates me. Because I have a controversial belief that I think codependency is bad. And I think codependency in men and women is I don't like it. I think it's preying on someone. When you're so dependent on someone else that you can't even take care of yourself, that's not fair to that person. And I should know. I literally gained 200 pounds in my marriage. 200 pounds. I was already overweight. I gained 200 pounds. And my husband, I literally had to have him tie my shoes at one point. It got so bad. I couldn't even bend to tie my own shoes. That's how dependent I was on a man. So really, this letter last night, it was me hoping for some guy to come save me, rescue me. Because, I don't know, I'm just kind of tired of a harsh, cruel world. And I realized that's exactly why I settled in the first place in codependency, and I married a guy I wasn't madly in love with. Because I was tired of a cruel, harsh world hating women like me. Dog eat dog world. And I was tired. My soul was tired. So I got involved with a man who put up with me. He didn't ask me, how do you want to grow? What are your subconscious blockages? What do you think your psychic gifts are? How do you want to explore in your business? Do you want to start a business? Do you want me to help you do that? Do you want to do... He didn't do that. If anything, it was quite the opposite. I would be told things like, I don't like your friends. I think you should ditch them. And then I had to go through the dark night of the soul, so I didn't work. I hadn't worked in like 5 years. A good 5 years of our marriage, I didn't work. And it was, at the time, I thought liberating, like this is the answer to my problem, because my problem was I couldn't make it in a man's world. I couldn't make it in a dog-eat-dog world. Like I keep having to be in my masculine energy, really dominant, making $7 an hour, slinging boxes at Walmart. Like I thought that I had to be this overly aggressive like man to make it in the world. Like I would go out every single day to work, and like all my friends were men. They were all guys, and we would all like talk about just, men stuff. And I don't know, they always just saw me as one of the guys. I felt like I had to be one of the guys to survive. And it kind of suited me. I mean, my body, I've always been more built like a man. My facial structure is more masculine. My voice is deeper than most. I like literally, it was okay for me to be a man. I was totally cool with it. In fact, I kind of programmed myself to believe that I was a man for so long that I literally would go years without a period. Because if most of you know PCOS, polycystic ovarian syndrome, a lot of women have it. It's a endocrine system disorder, I think it is. It's a hormonal imbalance. I literally had more masculine hormone in me than women. So, I couldn't conceive kids, and I couldn't even have a period for like 2 years. At any given time, like I was a man. I literally became one. Basically. I mean, not literally, but not literally. I didn't become a man, but I mean, I felt like one. And so I met my husband, and yeah, I was like, he's taking care of me. He's making good money. Yeah, like this is my ticket out. And he was like, convincing me, nah, I think you should quit. I think you should quit. And I think you should be just stay at home wife. And I was like, okay, that's really great. I love that. I love that because I can't stand that I'm being targeted at work by all these people who, I don't know, like saw me as just a dumping ground for all their bullshit. So I said, okay, sure. Yeah. I'm going to quit. You're going to take care of me. This is perfect. This is perfect because I didn't know love any different. I never saw an independent woman in my life. I didn't know independence in a woman was a real thing. I had only seen women codependent on men my entire life. That's all I ever saw. So he said, quit your job, stay at home. I'll pay everything. And then I was like, okay, sure. And then I got stuck there for 8.5 years. I was with him 8.5 years. And I wrote in my journal last night, like, how much I miss this guy that I met. We parted ways very soon after we met. It was so intense. It was beautiful, so epic, man. I loved meeting him. It was so cool. We had like this insane telepathic connection. It was really incredible. I basically learned all about my psychic gifts like right after. It's like things just kept happening and my gifts started coming in really strong. And yeah, then it ended. And I kept thinking, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Nothing. Nothing's ever been wrong with me. Nothing. Not one thing is wrong with me. That was a perpetuated, like, I had a subconscious belief that men don't like women that are independent. Because my whole life, I was shown that women are to be, submissive. And if you're an alpha female, you're not gonna be liked by a man. It's the whole point. You either have one of two choices, in my opinion, at least it was my opinion. You either be successful, independent, thrive on your own as a woman, or you settle down, white picket fence, have the men take care of you, and that's it. That's literally it. Those are the only two choices. I never knew that you could have, like, the best of both worlds. I really didn't. Another thing that's been happening to me recently is just, it's starting to really, this is literally, this part is starting to really affect me and my mental space. Like, this is starting to hurt me more than I let on. My twin flame, who I suspect, I don't care. Fuck the label. I don't care. He's what woke my ass up 3.5 years ago. He's the reason I filed for divorce. Well, it was really because I loved myself. And I realized I'm better than that. I'm better than throwing my talent away, throwing my gift away. I'm better than that. I'm better than being dependent on anyone. I'm better than 415 pounds can't bend and tie my shoes. I'm better than that. I'm better than $300 to my name with no family, no friends, I'm better than that. He came to my life 3.5 years ago, and I realized he never left. But it's not even just 3.5 years ago. This man had never left my life for lifetimes. We have shared so many past lives together. It's quite alarming. I just recently, through a beautiful friend of mine who's a channeler, just like an amazing channeler. We did some past life recollection work. We went into a past life of mine, and I discovered that my twin and I don't know that he's my twin. This is the way I see it. I see it like a twin flame. You wouldn't really need to tie yourself or bind yourself to a twin flame. Why the fuck would you? Your soul is their soul. You don't need magic for that. You just need high vibrations. You need love. You need self-love. That's all you need for a true twin flame. You don't need to bind yourself with magic. And we learned that I had already been piecing together that we'd had a binding ritual in a past life. This binding ritual was very complex in that there were a lot of things, loopholes, that I would need to do to unbreak it. Or to break it, I meant. I would need to, I guess, speak in that tongue. It was a native tongue. It was like old language. I had to channel that in order to break this fucking curse. This binding spell. And then I found out a couple nights ago that he and I, we did some sort of ceremony where we like used bones or some shit to tie ourselves together. Like, it's fucking horrendous. I don't know, man. That takes codependency to a whole new level. To a whole new level. Speaking of lever, I think that's why my life was so bad when I met my husband, because my husband was not the one I bound myself to in a past life. So when I met him, all hell broke loose, and I had an intense near-death experience. I had a Kundalini awakening. Why? Because I belonged to someone else. I was someone else's chew toy. I literally was like in a past life bought. I was bought by this man that I thought for 3.5 years was my twin flame. I was in the caste system. I guess I was very, very poor, which sadly is not much different in this lifetime so far. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I was in the system, and he bought me. It was like indentured servitude, I think is what it's called. Basically, he paid for me to get out of slavery, out of bondage. But the problem is not to be set free. No. To now be indentured to him. So it's like, I guess I maybe in my mind had this like fantasy that love would want you to be free. And it's just so sad that all I seem to find, the only one I see so far in my life, is a brand new friend I just met, which I'm pretty sure she does want this for me. And I think I want this for me. But it's just so sad that I'm the only one that does. I've never met a man that wanted me free. Ever. I never met a man that wanted himself free. No. Instead, I meet men that, I don't know, we have this insane connection. It's so cool. It really is. It's like off the wall crazy. The synchronicities, the telepathy, like the astral projections we have together. Like, oh my God, it's so great. And then boom, gone, ghosted. Literally just like never heard from again. And the telepathy dries up. Like I started to think like it was really me, but now I'm realizing, nah, it was this binding spell that I had from a past life. I'm basically owned by my ex. At least that's what I kept being told from a past life. I'm basically, there's his aura around me so much that like no one can get close to me. No matter how much I want it, no matter how much I keep putting that image of union out into the universe. It's like the universe can't hear me. It's like there's this cloud of him everywhere. And it's like anybody I meet, it's like, hey, you're cool. I really like you. I like your vibe. We get along great, but like, I gotta go. And it's like, it's a fucking curse at this point. It's not even self-concept because I love myself. I've been fighting for myself for a very long time. It's not even that. I fight for other women. I fight for this cause. I fucking love what I do. I love what I do because I love talking about this stuff. I mean, it might be a little controversial and maybe, I don't know, a little ahead of my time. Not sure. But I do love talking about it. And it's just like, all I really wanted was to believe that maybe a man could support me in that. And that belief that freedom was a possibility. And freedom would be not deemed a threat. But no. So I keep seeing all these black flies, as I've told you about, and like centipedes and these bugs, and then I'll have their messenger spirits, and then I'll have them show up in my dreams. Not the bugs, him. He will pop up in my dreams the day that I get like the horde of flies. Dude, one time it was so creepy. I had like 30 flies in my apartment, and one time I was terrified. I was like, what is happening in my life? And that was so weird that one day I saw, I was standing in my apartment. It was like in the morning. And I said to my guides, like, why the fuck do I feel watched right now? Why do I feel watched? I felt like someone was spying on me, like watching me. You know, you get that weird vibe. All of a sudden I hear bzz, bzz, and it was a fly in the window. And I was like, oh, hell no. I mean, it literally 3 seconds after I said that, I went to go kill it. I tried 3 times and it stayed alive. So I was like, you know what? It's probably an omen. It's fine. Whatever. I can do anything about it, I guess. Anyway, later that night, I went on to a live stream. And so this, as God is my witness and people are my witness, this fly allowed me to pick it up. It landed on like a gum wrapper, some piece of paper on my table. And as I was doing a live reading for somebody, it let me pick it up. I don't know if we were doing readings. I can't remember what we were doing. I think we were just talking about black magic. Shit, I don't even remember. I picked it up though. I picked it up off the table and it let me play with it for 10 or 15 minutes. It was so hella creepy, bro. So creepy. And then that same night, I had a fucking dream with him, with my twin. It was the most vocal he'd ever been. It was a messenger spirit. And, and dealing with this alone, I feel like these lower vibrational forces, like whatever the fuck is on the planet, they find people who are alone. The outcasted, the black sheep, the ones that are, you know, convinced they have mental problems because like their family had mental issues, but I don't have mental issues. I'm not on anything. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything that would alter my state of consciousness in any way. I am fucking sane. I have Christ consciousness, right? With mind of Christ, which one of the blessings in the mind of Christ is that you have a sound mind. I have a sound mind. So he would consistently, over the last, well, I guess 3.5 years, not let up. He wouldn't let me go. He could be with whomever he wanted to be with, which is always fun. Knowing that you were never really chosen. You were always second best. Which is cool, I guess, if you leave me the fuck alone, but you don't leave me alone. So, it just got worse and worse and worse. So finally I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to pull out the cords. I'm going to teach myself Reiki. I'm going to heal myself. And I did. I spent the last 1.5 years healing other women, but also healing myself, empowering all of us. I tried to get my ass out of Dodge. So I started by removing all the cords of attachment between he and I. Saging, Palo Santo, that's those are the basics. That's 101. But like, you have to go really deep. Like, I started actually learning how to channel too, so I could channel this other language. I started light language. And in one session, I broke the curse. I was able to say, it's all unbound. It's done. I had to speak in that tongue though. It was very strange. It was very much guided by my ancestors as well, because I would have never known to do that. Like, maybe my soul knew at a higher level, like about 10 o'clock at night, I'm laying in my bed and can't sleep. I can't sleep. It was like I had so much energy. I just needed to start channeling. And it's strange. I don't normally do that unless I'm like playing the piano or singing or something. Will I even want to channel really? But I started channeling in a different language. Before I knew it, I was like yelling, and I was like, it was so forceful, and my body was just like doing these rhythmic movements, and I was so into it. I was like, okay, this is like real. I think something's really happening. And then these images would come in my head from a past life, us doing stuff together. And then all of a sudden, before I knew it, I could tell that I was telling the universe it's over, because I was using my mind. The universe speaks in images. So my intention with the words and the images, it was like all three things point right to, it's ended, it's done. And it maybe lasted a half hour, and it was done. And it is. I've paid my karmic debt. I'm fucking done. I don't owe anyone anything. I don't owe anyone anything. I'm done owing him shit. Anyway, I'm done owing the devil. I'm done owing him. I'm done owing any man. Fuck that. So it got worse. It's like, no matter what I do, I don't know, man. Freedom just doesn't seem as free as you'd think. It's like, you gotta pay for that shit. It's not free. So I haven't been able yet to break free from it, I guess. I mean, I thought that was it. I was like, yeah, I felt so liberated. I was like, yes, I fucking did it. Fucking crushed it. I actually learned that part of the stipulation of that binding was that unless I was high vibrational enough to want to choose me and to use free will sovereignty, I wouldn't actually be able to be high vibrational enough to know to channel that language. So, like, my soul wouldn't have remembered until it was time to remember. So by the time I've paid off the karma, by the time I've realized, holy shit, he's a karmic soulmate, not a twin flame. By the time you realize they're a karmic soulmate, you've probably already met your real twin. So that's when I started discovering false twin flames. I started looking into that. That's when shit got interesting, because I started learning also about alien love bite, which is a fucking thing, by the way. It's a thing. Basically, alien love bite is put on by dark forces to people that are convinced they are twin flames, in an effort for one of the more enlightened twins to really never learn that they are truly a twin flame, but with someone else. So it's a theory. I mean, I'm not saying that everybody is, not everybody has that problem, but I'm starting to suspect I do. And I don't know. In the journal entry last night when I was writing this other guy that I really like, I was like, wow, I just really miss magic. Like, I miss good magic, I miss like working with the universe and ghost hunting, and I miss my dowsing rods, and I miss my Ouija board. I don't know, I just like miss normal magic. I don't know, like shit people do on a Saturday in the cemetery with their friends. Like, I miss shit like that. I don't miss Lord of the Flies. I don't miss a stench around me. Literally, I can smell people's spirit around me. I don't miss that. I don't miss curses being placed on me. People hacking my shit. I don't miss that. I don't miss being targeted for what I am and what I know and what I do and what I talk about. I just miss like normal like psychic shit. Like, hey, can I help you with your deceased grandpa? And like help him cross over. Could you help me with that? Like, I'd love to do that. Like, if so, call me, you know? What I don't want is just to fucking feel violated in the astral plane too. Getting literally attacked sexually by entities. Okay, I woke up with an incubus in my bed once, which was fucking terrifying. I woke up to bleeding. I had spotting in the physical in that one. That was a day. I remember I went on my live streams and I talked to, because I had a at the time a group of very cool witches that were in that group, and one of these guys told me like how to get rid of an incubus, but it was like I was fine ever since. And I saw Sunderman too that night. I also saw, I think, a fairy, but I'm not exactly sure. Either way, I was tormented though, and so I had to break it. I've been doing so much of this work for so long. It's like, can't you let me go? Can I go now? Can I go now, please? I don't belong to you. I don't belong to the Matrix. I don't belong to Satan. He can fuck himself. I don't belong to the adversary at all. I don't. And I know a lot of people might not like that because, you know, I know that people really do worship Satan. That's okay. Do your thing. I don't belong to Satan. I don't belong to anyone. And it's like, when am I going to feel free enough to say it like liberatingly like that? When am I going to say out loud, like, I don't belong to anyone? There's like this believability factor that you really need to have in liberating yourself and saying out loud, like, I don't belong to you, get fucking wrecked. You have to have a level of believability when you say it, like, I am free. I am free. Like, I'm wow. I'm seeing a fucking huge hawk in the sky right now. Huh. Just one solitary hawk, but it's like, man, just imagine what it's like up there, you know? And to know you're one of the biggest birds, so you would have no enemies. Ah, there's a train now. Yeah, so I'm not doing okay. I'm not doing okay. I'm just not. In case anybody gave a fuck. I don't think anybody gives a fuck. But if you did give a fuck, I thank you for being here. I'm not doing okay. Prayers would be amazing. But if you don't want to pray for me, totally cool. If you want to curse me, like, get fucking wrecked. Because I'm all that shit is going right back to sender. You best be aware. Every single person who has ever sent me any sort of harm, you best be aware. You better not try that shit again. You better stop. You better stop while you're ahead. If you want to say challenge accepted and try it, fucking try it. But you need to be fully aware of the consequences, because it's yours now. It's not me. Oh no, that shit will be resent, like, I mean, immediately. It is going to be an instantaneous thing. We are not playing games anymore. Me and my spirit team, like, we're done. We're done. Getting to see freedom, taste it, have it for 2.2 seconds, it does something to a mind. You can't go back. You'll go fucking crazy in the search and pursuit of it. But it's worth it. Because you've tasted it. And it's like, I know what freedom tastes like. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. I know how to attain it. It's just the getting there part, the believability that it's mine, that I'm worthy of it. I don't care how I come across anymore. Like, even as I play this back and I'll watch it and I'll be like, okay, I'm okay with what I've said. Like, I don't care if other people are or not. I don't care. I'm not here for you. I'm here for me. This is my channel. It says Jenna in the title for a reason. Not Jenna and all her enemies. Just Jenna. This is just my channel. And I am allowed to have just my opinion. So that's what it's going to be. This is my story, my journey, and I'll fucking share it if I want to. So if anybody has a problem with it, don't care. Not my problem. That's your problem. And if you want to keep coming at me, just know that my ancestors have like full, complete permission to wreck your world up. I'm telling you right now. You think that it's been spiritual warfare so far. That's because I haven't even said it's over yet. If people like me, witches, real fucking empaths, like the real ones, you know, the light workers of the world, like if people like me start waking up and really say it's over, honey, that's when you know it's over. I haven't said it's done yet. I was okay with people tormenting me. I was okay with it. But now that I'm like, you know what? Fuck that, I'm done. Now you should be worried. And now you should probably stop attempting. Win while you're ahead, honey. Just stop now. Quit. Okay? Quit while you're ahead. Because this is challenge accepted. And if you want to match that and try it, please test my Aries nature. I dare you. Aries, Sun, and Venus, bitch, try it. Literally try it. So, not playing games. I'm done. I'm done trying to, like, people please. Because why? What have you done for me lately? When's the last time a man paid my bill? Shit. When's the last time an ex paid my bill? Ooh, I will wait. Ooh, I will wait, though. An anonymous donation even. Ooh, I will wait. No, there has been nothing. Nothing but energy vampires and moochers. I will wait. I will be waiting a long ass time for you to tell me the last time you gave me anything. Don't care how crazy it makes me look. I don't give a shit anymore. I will wait. And then when you think I'll keep crawling back, why the fuck would I crawl back to nothing? Why the fuck would I crawl back to slavery? Why? Doesn't make sense. Anyway. I'm done. I've had it. A lot of people like me have had it. A lot of women who have been doormats their whole life because they didn't know that they deserved better and that this independent, like loud, courageous woman within would somehow be like, oh wow, she just like turned and flipped a switch. I don't give a fuck. And neither do these women. Nah, it's over. It's over. Because the divine feminine Christ is rising on the planet right now. I'm one of millions. So, like, it's over. It's like game over. It really is. So, why would I go back? You were an energy vampire, a mooch, and you had literally nothing to offer me. I'm never going back. Anyway, I'm gonna post this because I want to. Shit.